Hello everyone, this is Chris, and welcome back to another video. Now, Minecon/Minecraft Live has just concluded, and we saw a whole bunch of different types of announcements, a bunch of reveals, and other types of stuff. And some of the announcements which we saw during the show was the announcement of the next big Minecraft update, which will be coming to both Bedrock Edition and Java Edition at some point in the somewhat distant future. We have also seen the conclusion of the big mob vote, which we've been seeing for teasers throughout this past week, and we now know which of the three of them will be coming to the game next. There was also a few other things that we saw during the show, and yeah, in today's video I will be covering some of the most exciting things that we saw during Minecraft Live, and I will continue keeping you guys up to date throughout these next couple of months as to when we will see the update, as to when we will see these mob votes, and when we will see all this other types of stuff. And in case you do want to see it as soon as we know more, then please do consider subscribing, as yeah, I do try keeping you guys up to date as best as I can. And let's begin with one of the most exciting announcements that happened during the show, the Caves and Cliffs update. The update which we have all wanted for so long is finally here. And let me talk to you about some of the features which we will be seeing in the Caves and Cliffs update. First off, we will now be seeing landmarks on the top of the world which will link down to custom and unique caves. Such like this cave which you're seeing right now, a vast and green type of cave which is so lush and so many different types of new things across the place, so many new types of vegetation, and so many amazing types of things to explore in this cave. And one of these types of vegetations which we will presumably see in these caves is known as the drip leaf plant, a sort of stalk of growth which you can actually stand on top of it. However, if you stand on top of these things for too long, then they will basically collapse and you will fall down. And they mentioned in the show that these could be used for new types of parkour maps, and I can totally see these because we don't really have any types of timers unless you do some weird redstone things, but yeah, these are basically built-in timers for parkour maps. Back onto the cave generation, water now is no longer limited to the Y level at which it spawns at. It is now, I believe, dependent on what biome it is sitting in. So maybe you could find a water cave which is sitting all the way out at Y32, or you could find little tiny puddles sitting at Y level 16. It could be either or. And also we get these new types of caves which we'll see in a second, which are these massive, huge areas of just open areas of caves and all sorts of new types of generation. We will be seeing some of the old generations somewhere in this at some point in these types of caves, but it's so amazing and so immersive seeing these new types of massive caves in the game. And speaking of new types of caves, we will now be able to find these new types of caves called dripstone caves, and I believe these act sort of like biomes where you won't find them all the time, but you will find them occasionally. And these dripstone caves are filled with stalactites and stalagmites and all that sorts of stuff, and you might want to be a little careful because they are very painful to fall on, as you can see here. There's also going to be these brand new types of things called sculk sensors. I believe they might spawn in certain types of cave biomes, but their main purpose is actually to be used for redstone contraptions, as you can see here. And in certain ways it could be used for a redstone loop, but if you use wool like what they're doing here, then it could just send a single type of redstone output. And also, this is a very interesting thing with these new types of things. They can also be used to create wireless redstone. Yes, now wireless redstone is now going to be a thing inside of Minecraft, which is so crazy and so incredible, and my mind is already trying to think about new types of redstone contraptions in which we could build with these things. But getting these new types of blocks isn't going to be easy, because in the cave which they do spawn in, you will find a brand new mob known as the Warden, an essentially blind mob that basically uses sound to find the player and to attack them. So you'd have to be very quiet and very careful when you go around these types of caves. And yeah, with this background gameplay, we could also see some new types of stone and potentially a new structure right here. I'm not sure if this is just for show or not, but I don't know. It could be, it could possibly be. But yeah, the Warden is a very tough mob which could even attack you through netherite. It is a very very strong mob. So if you want to make this wireless redstone, you're going to have to be very, very tough or a very quiet player. Also inside these types of caves, you're going to find these pockets of shards. One of them being amethyst. It's the one we know right now, and it looks so amazing. It looks so weird, but you're not going to be able to actually pick them up to grow them. They're going to be kind of like spawners where you have to choose carefully where you grow them. This came as a bit of a surprise, but we're actually going to be seeing a telescope inside of vanilla Minecraft. So basically, it's going to be an inbuilt way to actually zoom into things, which is so cool to see. And a cave update wouldn't be a cave update without brand new ores, with being copper, a brand new type of ore which you will find in groups of veins, which we will also be able to build with. And from what I hear, it'll also be able to decay. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but it sounds like an interesting type of thing. Also with the with copper, you'd also be able to build a lightning rod, which will control where lightning strikes on a place. So yeah, no more burning roofs from what the devs say. And also hopefully no more messy inventories, because alongside all this other stuff, we're also going to be getting a bundle, and essentially a backpack or a shulker box, but different from the shulker box because you'll actually be able to access this thing from your inventory and be able to put things in, take things out, which is so incredible, because you know, it's the inventory's been getting kind of messy with all the types of things that's been added throughout these past years, so it's really cool to see something like this get added. There's also going to be ancient things which you will be able to brush away with I believe a brush, with these brand new types of structures which you'll find in the game. And yeah, when you see him brush away, you'll actually see that we'll now get layers of gravel now. So I guess this is kind of a way to have gravel slabs, which is really cool. But more importantly, because of, you know, brushing away these things, you'll actually be able to find these new ancient types of things. But you got to be really careful, because if you're too rush it or to something like that, then you could actually destroy the ancient thing at which you're digging at. But if you're careful enough, like what he's doing right here, you might actually be able to gather it, which is what he did right here. And also, here's what it looks like when he's brushing away dirt. So yeah, you could do this for both dirt and gravel, potentially with other things, but as far as we know, it's both dirt and gravel, which again, I guess dirt and gravel slabs, so it's not something I've been too asking for, but it's kind of cool to see them adding all these types of things which we've been wanting for so long. And with these things you're actually digging up, you'll actually be able to use them to decorate clay pots. Yes, clay pots are actually going to be a thing which will be inside of the game. So all you gotta do is, I believe, just right click it, and then you'll add in the type of a decoration. Now I believe they say the textures are still in development, so this might not be exactly what we see in game, but the way it works is, you know, when you put fire underneath it, then they will eventually heat up and then yeah, make into hardened clay pots. And there's also one other mob we're going to be seeing inside of caves called the axolots. A very cute but not necessarily hostile mob, because if you're able to scoop it up with a bucket, then it will actually be able to go into battle and fight things with you, like you see in this types of ocean monument. And also it will be able to play dead, and in certain times, if you're nice enough to it, it might actually be able to even heal you a little bit. So a very interesting and very cute mob. And I've talked a lot about the cave aspect of this update, but not so much the cliffs. But yeah, now we will finally be able to see the goats, the mountains, and all the things we voted for last year. Yes, including the snowier snow, which is so very exciting to see. Here's what the mountains will look like, and it will also depend on the generation of around it, I believe. I don't exactly know what they mean, but it's kind of cool to see these new types of mountains. And speaking of votes, we actually learned that the glow squid was the winner. I was kind of expecting the iceologer to actually be the winner with all the talk around it. And even though I'm a little disappointed, I mean, the glow squid was my original choice, so I guess I can't be too mad at it. So look forward to glow squids in the game. And yeah, in terms of most of the big things, that's pretty much everything that was announced at Minecraft Live. Lots of exciting things, lots of big things, and yeah, very exciting times ahead. Was there something I missed that you wanted me to mention? Was there something that you are very, very looking forward to now? Whatever it is, let me know down below in the comments. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.